Jacob talks.
Finally I'm free. Finally I'm free. As I go out to sea, I can walk on water.
And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And the Lord said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but they went crazy. Like, the cheese ain't never been that melted. The lab meat is definitely a 10 out of 10. That is tripping.
We told y'all it was something going on with that goddamn meat. Alright? Look, 5 hours ago, they got a possible E. coli contamination. It's a recall on 58,000 pounds of beef. Yay! 5 new daycares in Calgary closed as E. coli outbreak spreads. That was yesterday. Okay, all of a sudden, now they want to recall the motherfucking meat. Nah. We told y'all that it was something wrong with that shit. They knew it was something wrong with it. They been knew that it was something wrong with it. And that's the reason why the damn meat so goddamn cheap. That's the reason why y'all got these 1-cent burgers and, yeah, 50-cent burgers. Yeah, die. That's what they gonna want you to do. Okay? Let's get into this video.
More than 3,400 pounds of ground beef are being recalled across 9 states due to possible E. coli contamination.
Over 42,000 pounds of ground beef is being recalled for possibly being contaminated with E.
Call hello Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Dash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Shalom to you of us who are hopeful. Shalom to the elect. Now, I said I'd follow up at a later date. Well, this is that follow-up. One of those I told you so moments through the power and the spirit. There's nothing else really more to say other than it was prophesied we of the hopeful elect would eat poison and live in these end times. Speaking to Mark the 16th chapter, 16 and 18. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. Likened to the poison of a snake. Psalms 58 and 2 also comes to mind. Let's get that. It says this, Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth, which explains the spread of deadly disease like the Nipah virus, like CV-19, HIV, AIDS, Ebola, the Marburg virus, that Mossberg virus, even cancer. They are all examples of the work of Esau's hands, but it doesn't stop there. What about the pesticides that our fruits and vegetables are sprayed with, the poisonous preservatives in the foods we generally consider essential nutrients? Of course, the fast food and the GMOs, the genetically modified foods they swindle into our supermarkets are all examples of the muck Esau has run on the planet Earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Ergo, Esau is a natural-born liar. Okay, he's the natural-born hustler. The truth and telling it is strange to him. It's foreign to him and not at all in his nature. So when he offers you these 1-cent burgers to add on to the initial piece of poison he already tricked you into buying, don't believe he's doing you a favor or a service. Large size my fries, large size my meal. Yeah, right. He told you it was a commemoration of the National Cheeseburger Day, because he's commemorating how many of you Jakeys already took out with his handiwork. Double grease on a bun with fries seasoned with a natural beef flavor. Get this guy. Whatever that is, your digestive system can't even thoroughly break it down. Psalm 58 and 4, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which is true in every sense of the word. We know poison really speaks to Esau's wicked philosophy, so no matter what we tell you about how this devil operates and how he's poisoned not only the water and the air, but also the the food supply. You Babylonians won't listen. You two-thirders, two are snakes who eat dust. Dust meaning confusion. You enjoy being stuck on stupid, so you stop up your ears and scoff at what is really sound doctrine. Ergo, history does, in fact, repeat itself, speaking to the opening scripture from Ezekiel, the 4th chapter. If I were to equate the sieges of Jerusalem to anything, it would be the ensuing Jacob's trouble. I mean, before 70 AD happened, Yahweh Shai tried to warn y'all, and you didn't listen. This time, we're not telling you to flee Babylon itself, because you can't escape the judgment Yahweh has set, but you can flee the devil and his wicked philosophies and destructive nature by not taking part in his, we'll call it ritual abuse, eating hamburger and horse shit, or whatever it is, whatever fecal matter is in your ground beef nowadays. History does, in fact, repeat itself, but this time when the dust settles, Jacob is the kingdom that followeth. And I said ritual abuse because each and every one of these fast food franchises is doused in idolatry and satanic worship. Your stomach is the furnace and fire you're sacrificing and having your children walk through if you really can't see what's going on. Taco Bell is Taco Baal. That's a Mexican Spanish for light lunch, literally plug or wadding. Wadding meaning stuffing. So you're stuffing, i.e. feeding Baal when you run your ass to the border. McDonald's restaurants were originally founded by the McDonald brothers, the same McDonald's of the Illuminati bloodline who come from a long line of druids. If you know anything about the druids, then you know they ritually practice cannibalism and human sacrifice. Salakia. The golden arches in the McDonald logo represents 13, which is the traditional number of a witch's coven and represents rebellion. 13 is supposedly bad luck because 13 also symbolizes Yahweh Shai and the disciples. The arches are a double rainbow, which speaks to monarch mind control. I ain't loving nothing, okay? White Castle, white supremacy, self-explanatory. What's funny about White Castle, and I don't do coincidences, is before it cemented itself as the leading franchise, the public were iffy about hamburgers and all that grease, so Bob Ingram worked out a deal. That's the name of the owner, Bob Ingram. Yeah, worked out a deal with the University of Minnesota to research the health of the food. And one man volunteered to help, and he ate just his burgers for 13 straight weeks. There you go. You can't make this stuff up. Jack in the Crack. You may know it as Jack in the Box. Just off the top, I looked at the etymology. Jack in the Box is a name for a sharp or cheat who deceived tradesmen by substituting empty boxes for others full of money. So that's circa 1560. Also, it has been used variously to mean circa 1690s. Get this, an unborn child. As I said, you can't make this stuff up. And then there's KFC. It used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken. They changed it to KFC because what they're serving you shouldn't be considered or constitutes as chicken. True story. Y'all do your own research and you'll see in one way or another those built to last fast food chains in one way or another you'll find their roots in idolatry, Freemasonry, and satanic worship, which is relatively the same thing. Let's close with this. 2 Ezra 16 and 21. We'll start at 19 because it says this: Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And we know the final plague of all plagues will be the hypersonic and ICBM nuclear missiles. Present day, the plagues are the pestilences. I already mentioned, and then some, the CV-19, bird flu, swine flu, SARS, Marburg, the Nipah, etc., etc. These scourges are sent for an amendment, meaning these things are taking place so Israel can amend, i.e. correct and change her ways. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All the fentanyl deaths, people still taking it. Rats found in Popeye's chicken, people still taking that chance to trust these franchises who really are dealers in death. all the side effects and deaths from the vaccine, people still taking that yab, all the trials, tribulations, ailments, and sickness, and still the people won't consider and take refuge in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. 2 Ezra 16 and 21, and here's the point. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be good case, and to be in good case, Salakia, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Ergo, food will be so cheap that people will think the good times have returned, and they're really going to build back better. The sheeple are really going to believe they escaped judgment. All the while, things are only going from bad to worse. All this is, these one penny deals is bread and circuses, which dates back to old Rome. Babylon is the new Rome. They same bread and circuses, they feed you to distract you, really pacify you while their agendas play out. Not my monkey and not my circus. The real circus is the this E. coli scare popping up. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So one way or another, those of you wicked in thought and in deed, lacking in all moral fiber and principles, who can't understand the temple you are in, it doesn't belong to you. It's on loan courtesy of the Most High. Your judgment is close.